Sheryl Swoops. She just can't seem to keep this Caitlin Clark Indiana Fever team out of her mouth. Let's talk about it. Sheryl Swoops is an official Caitlin Clark hater, but also a WNBA legend, which had many fans scratching their heads as to why, with accomplishments like this, WNBA Defensive Player of the Year, won in 2000, 2002, and 2003. WNBA All-Star, selected 6 times, 99, 2000, 2002, 2003, 2005, and 2006. WNBA All Defensive First Team, selected in 2005 and 2006. WNBA Scoring Champion, won in 2000 and 2005. WNBA Peak Performer, won in 2005. WNBA Stills Leader, won in 2000 and 2003. WNBA 10th Anniversary Team, selected in 2006. WNBA 15th Anniversary Team, selected in 2011. WNBA 20th Anniversary Team, selected in 2016. WNBA 25th Anniversary Team, selected in 2021. Legendary. I mean, Swoop should recognize greatness and uplift these young players. Instead, she's consistently gone viral for her crazy takes on Caitlin Clark. Swoops has become such a Caitlin Clark hater, some feel if she was on the panel for voters that got to vote for Roddy this year, she was the reason Caitlin didn't get the unanimous vote. And with Swoops praising Angel Reese all season, there was also speculation that Sheryl was the reason Angel got one MVP vote.
Bruh.
Once again, Swoops is making headlines for another hot take on the Indiana Fever. Recently on her podcast Levels to This, she couldn't help but discuss the recent firing of Christy Sides and if she deserved another shot at coaching. Her co-host Terrika Foster also had an interesting take on Coach Sides during her time in Indiana. Let's listen what they had to say.
The one that is interesting to me, and I want to get your thoughts on it, is Christy Sides. Does Christy end up somewhere this year or not? And before you answer and respond, I want to say this. If I'm Christy, I feel some type of way. I do. You had
Fair.
the beginning of the season. Yeah, they started out, played like shit. You had people saying, fire Christy, fire Christy. Then you get the Olympic break. They come back. Indiana Fever is a completely different team. And
well, okay. Let's just pause right there. So they were playing really bad at the beginning of the season. And guess what? And if they didn't get that month break, they would have continued to play bad all season long. And guess what? The fans would have continued to be screaming, fire Christy Sides. All the analysts would have been screaming, fire Christy Sides. And guess what? If she didn't get the break, she would have probably been gone before the end of the year. I mean, there was no doubt about it. You can see the turmoil that was going on. I mean, sometimes Caitlin Clark would walk off to the sidelines and you could just, I mean, it didn't even seem like her and Sides were on the same page. I mean, she needed to get out of there. Although I did feel the same way. I was like, man, like she turned it around. She got him to the playoffs. You know, I was kind of feeling that way too. But after I thought about it, I was like, no, dude. That team would have got drug into the dirt if they didn't get a break, man. So let's see what else she has to say.
At the same time, I feel you if I'm Christy Sides. I too would feel away.
yeah,
Because if you wanted to let me go, you should have did that shit weeks ago and not
when the season was over.
when the season
Bruh.
was over. That's number one. Number two, lest we forget, Christy's only been at this team 2 years.
Only
right?
2.
This is only her second season as a head coach. And who in the hell knew that she was going to have to deal with all of the stuff she had to deal with coaching a team that has Caitlin Clark on it? Because let's be honest, there is an additional set of challenges that comes along with coaching a player with that level of stardom. You got to manage the distractions.
Yes,
You got to
ma'am.
manage the team.
Yes,
You got to
ma'am.
manage the media. You got to manage all of that. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And you put that on a brand new coach.
You got to manage the fans,
You got to manage
but you can't.
everything. But you
What do you mean you gotta manage the fans? The fans were absolutely amazing for Indiana. You gotta manage the fans. Manage the fans because there was haters in the league that were targeting the savior and the fans decided to go after the haters?
you got to manage
But you can't.
everything, but you can't.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
You
hard.
got to manage everything. So, to answer your question, do I think she should get another opportunity? Absolutely. I mean, she deserves another opportunity somewhere because I didn't think Christy was a horrible coach. I just think she got dealt a very challenging hand. And as a new head coach, you may not have known how to deal with that early on in the season.
But she wasn't a new head coach.
Well, I mean, new to this team is what I mean. New
Okay.
to this team.
Okay.
Not new to like coaching.
Yeah, that's a lot to take on. A lot.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think Christy Sides deserves another shot? Or should we stick a fork in her because she's done? You let me know. I'm Frankie Fingers, your host of the Vibe Sports Talk, and I'm out, man. Hit that subscribe button. Peace.